Searching podcasts for Dave, and one more time.
It has come to the attention of the freaking world that artificial intelligence may be a danger to life itself. Can you believe this stuff? Artificial intelligence may take over and decide it doesn't need, us anymore. The only way to fight artificial intelligence is with authentic stupidity. Hey, you've come to the right place. These guys have enough authentic stupidity to save the world. AI got no shot. You're welcome, America. This is Dave and Juan.
And 3.
Number 2.
That would always be followed by 1.
Woohoo!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from across the fruited plains, coming to you semi-live on a Sunday evening, Mother's Day evening.
That's right. Happy Mother's Day, ladies.
That's right. Belated by the time you get this from the
Yep.
Baton Rouge and Sugar Land, Texas, Dave and Juan Studios, America.
You're welcome, man.
Welcome. Absolutely.
The hits keep coming.
Woo! Got to tell you. I'm Dave.
I'm Juan.
And this is Dave and Juan.
More time.
Yeah, thank you.
I'd like to introduce ourselves as I continue to monitor the new. You can talk about this more off the air if you.
I love when you say off the air.
Yeah, well, because I don't want to make you edit, but I've seen some pushing for a new definition of a word. So, in the spirit of that, we're just two non-women shooting the bull.
Two non-women shooting the bull. Okay, that's there's many ways to describe us, and that would be one of them.
And I also think if you're not a fan of this show, you're Dave and Juan phobic.
I like that. I've actually been getting a little nervous lately how many people have been asking me about the podcast. It's kind of bizarro world, right? You take things for granted. You're not paying attention. And, and you never think that people, you kind of know people are listening and watching and stuff like that, but you don't really think about it until people you actually know make a comment. You're like, oh, crap, you do it for serious? Oh, all right. Well, talking about, so it's funny you say like changing the words. This was literally today. And I know we overuse literally. I find myself doing that quite a bit. Literally, literally. But it was
my pastor says literally, and I said,
literally,
literally. And it's like, what are you breaking out like some British dialogue here, man?
Yeah, this literally happened. So my wife works with the Utes. Okay, she does.
The Utes of America.
Yeah, she works with the Utes of America. She works bringing religion and God to the Utes of America. And she was telling me, because I said something, I referred to somebody's swag, and I was corrected. I was told that. She says, youngins will roll their eyes at you.
Dude, it's not wait, it's their drip.
Drip, that's right. I was corrected. She said it is no longer swag, it is drip. And right. I feel that is icky. It's icky. Like drip doesn't sound.
But likewise, I got that. Your wife is bringing that knowledge from her job working with the Utes,
right.
Bringing God and religion. One of the younger, cooler pastors at my church uses that term. So that's the only way I know it.
I guess I've heard it. The other one is I was told stuff is not cool anymore. They don't say cool. It's chill. Now to me,
I say cool.
Well, exactly.
Chill is a mood. Cool is a thing.
And I will dang well say swag. I'm not, the children shall lead them. No. I'll say swag when I feel like it, and chill, and that doesn't make sense. Cool, okay, cool, chill. I say, well, how about throw? Hey, that's pretty fraud right
That
there,
dude
bro.
got some free songs right there, bro.
That guy right there. Well, I know we're catching up on all that, but this, which our podcast and the people that surprise us. So I get a I guess not a DM. I get some mention this week and stuff. It's just sort of like Facebook hits you like, hey, so and so mentioned you, and I'll pull it up here, and it's a Susan Guidros, and from the Bayou, and she made a comment. I want to see if I can pull this out here. She made a comment on something from episode 25.
Wow. Wow.
Okay.
Susan, good job.
Listen.
Granted, maybe a year before you get to this.
Episode 25. Right?
Yeah, today is Mother's Day 2023.
We are on episode 113, but you know what? You forget everything's out there. So she sends me this thing and with a picture of some glasses. She said, wanted to share with you that Jade Blanchard, who is a guy I went to school with, still has his pair of Bucci sunglasses from the 80s and was still wearing them till about 2 years ago when they finally broke.
Was that an episode when you broke your sunglasses out of your desk?
Right there, bro. Right here. I just pulled them out again. America. There you go. These must be.
Well, you need to do a screen grab of this and send it back to her.
Well, she needs to watch the episode.
Yeah.
Is what she needs to do. But yeah, man, it made me realize I still like these glasses too.
Yeah, not bad looking. They've probably been in style 3 times since then.
It could have been. I know I would not pay. I think I paid $75-$80 for these things. This was in.
Yeah.
Oh man, we were in radio. I think I got these when we were in radio. I know I had them in the JC. So it was late 80s.
Yeah. I bought a pair of sunglasses like probably mid 80s. They were polo sunglasses.
Oh.
And I think I spent $80 for them. And here's the kicker. They had no tint on the lens. It was basically like, pre-attitude glasses. Just
you didn't
walk around like with clear. They didn't have. I wanted the ones that had tint, but they didn't have any. So I said, I still like these glasses. I'm buying them anyway.
You just wanted to have some polo on your face. That was really you decided. I'm at a point in my life that I think I need to accentuate my facade. Is it facade?
Cool. Of chill. Well, there was some good drip back in the day.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. If you're not watching the video, guys, you're just missing how cool these glasses look. And I'm looking at with my earbuds in. Looks like I'm wearing earrings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you look kind of cool. You got a little scruff going. You look kind of Tom Cruise-ish.
That's right. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but but yeah. So shout out to Jade if he's out there. And hey, man, I respect you rocking the Bucci's all this time.
Hey.
I'm not gonna lie, they're still pretty comfortable, man. I might. They're wow, blind myself when I took them off. They work. They work too. This lovely, I don't know if it's a purple or a blue. Tim Kale, if he's out there, whatever the drugstore was, I guess it was Kale drugstore. Anyway, there you go. Back when drugstores, right? I don't know. I'm not sure what you had in the Pankerville area. We had
the Pankerville Pharmacy, bro.
Okay, we had Birdsalls in Galliana Cutoff, whatever it was, and there was Kale's. I think it was called Kale's. Forgive me if forget. But anyway, and that's when drugstore they sold. Like you go in there for penicillin, you go in there for whatever. They had jewelry. They had it was gifts. That was the thing.
Just a general store.
This was back before.
We could call Mr. Wilford at his house on a Sunday morning because they were closed on Sundays. My mom or dad would call Mr. Wilford at his house before we went to mass and say, hey, my kid got such and such. I need a prescription of this. He'd go hook you up. After on the way back from mass, he'd meet you there.
That was my wife's grandfather in Montague. They called him Doc Hornsby. He wasn't a doctor. They just called him that.
But he'd be rolling out some prescriptions.
He was the farmer. Like the rules and the laws were different back then. And yeah, he knew everything a doctor. He knew more than a doctor knew about, okay, what you got, what's your symptoms?
Yeah.
Let me mix something up there for you, bruh.
Yeah, he didn't need no Google.
It was no, man. It was sort of, it was several levels above and a more authentic today too. Right?
No thread involved.
Nah, it didn't. You didn't need banana leaves and crosses in the dirt and holy water.
If you had a wart, maybe, but you know.
Okay, yeah. And hey, let me tell you something. The older I get and the more I see what they've done to medicine and pharmaceutical companies, which are the most evil places in the world. Sorry, true. The more I doubt everything. I look back to like, man, look, if we had a traiteur working down the street, that'd be my first stop. Man, I think I got some high blood pressure. Oh, babe, I got you fixed up. Hang on a sec here. You need to suck on this celery for 10 minutes every morning and then put it under your pillow when you go to bed.
Hey,
and then
3-4 days, you're good.
Around lunchtime, you got to wrap your head in the banana leaf and call me in a week. You're going to be all fixed up. But
good, man.
But that was good. Yeah, that's all. I mean, we didn't have Walmart. I know, kids. No. Now, I really don't know what the demographic is of this podcast. I'm guessing it's
our age.
Yeah. I know every now and then a youngin' might be stuck listening to it. But yeah, we grew up. I remember when the Walmart came to Galliana. That's when you arrived, man. Galliana got a Walmart. Before that, well, okay, I guess we had I don't know if Kmart was there first. We had TG&Y for a while. We had a Gibson's. But when it came down,
we had Payless Supermarket.
Okay.
It used to be Dugan LeBlanc first.
Okay.
Yeah, they sold some groceries. They sold some hardware. They sold some dungarees.
Some dungarees.
And then Payless Supermarket came in, a grocery store.
All right.
And then a couple years later, got TG&Y in Plottonville right down the road.
Yeah. It was good times were good. Less stress. And I can tell you, those places did well because I thought about this. Whenever you had to get like a nice gift, we didn't have money for nice gifts, but whenever you could put it up together, dude, I'd like to know how many things we bought at Birdsalls Pharmacy. My mom probably to this day in her little jewelry boxes, and over the years, you will not throw moms, and that's why moms, and again, belated Happy Mother's Day, all you moms out there. Moms won't throw away any Mother's Day gifts. Mm-hmm. So whatever you give them, they just get to the point when this jewelry box is full, you need it. That's a good gift to give your mom, by the way, is another jewelry box. Because
from the drugstore,
I guarantee you, my mom has some ridiculous looking butterfly brooches and
the birthstones with all the different kids, birthstones,
cameos, and whatever from Birdsalls, because that's where that was closest to us.
Fancy perfume in a fancy bottle.
I'm sure College, or maybe it was Clinic. Well, I think I would call it Clinic. People could be screaming at me. People in Golden Meadow like, bruh, I can't believe you don't remember what was the name of College place. Okay, I'm sorry, but hey, I was a customer.
You still got the glasses.
Still got the flipping glasses, okay? But yeah, we bought stuff at I would like to go do my wife's engagement and wedding ring are from Birdsalls. All right, that place. No, I'm not lying. No, I mean, they were a jewelry store, man. Tom's out there somewhere. I haven't seen Tom in forever. He used to do some commercials on the radio. Dude, Birdsalls did commercials when we were on radio together. I can remember. He used to. Tom used to come cut the commercials. He used to come cut the commercials. I remember that. I was Tom was a certified gemologist. I was like. Always just laugh. Because I was there, I would write the stuff with him, and right. You got to slide that in there, man. You ain't buying this from some quack chew on the corner. Certified gemologist.
I wonder where he got his certification from.
Oh, it was a real deal. It was. I verified stuff was. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. I don't remember how many payments I made on that ring. It was. It was big. My wife, she's still wearing it. Still a beautiful ring. That's when Tom, certified gemologist, gave me a tutorial on diamonds, which the
fourth C's, and
you may not know it by looking at me. I know nothing about diamonds.
The good budget is 17 paychecks.
Yeah, it's going up, right? That's some fantastic marketing right there. It's, you know, what did they tell you? Did they just tell you it was 2 months salary, I
thought
think?
it might be 2 or 3.
It started off there, right? It started off there. But no, I got to learn. I had the option of either a bigger, more
Depends on the cut.
carrots. There's just a cut, but I could have got more carrots, but not as high quality. Or what I got was I forget the carrot size. It's not tiny. It's not huge. It's not like you see. I saw on something the other day. Somebody. Ed. Ed Ogeron's engaged.
Oh
Apparently.
Lord.
Okay. So hey,
Ed's new young chick.
congratulations. She looks. I mean, you know what? She doesn't
She's
look
not
like.
that young. She's just younger than him.
Well, of course. I mean, what you gonna, you know, that would you be shocked if she was older? Okay. And we're just saying that you might have sent that. Somebody, Rick, I think our friend Rick.
Yeah,
Porteous
I
said
sent that and said, would
Okay.
she marry him if he were poor?
Well, I don't know. I don't know where she comes from. She might have, you know what I'm saying? We don't know the backstory. The point I was going to make was it was obvious in these pictures. She is wearing a Volkswagen on her hand, man.
Yeah, it's a couple months salary for, unemployed Ed.
Yeah, that's right. She is wearing a rock. So shout out, and I'm happy. More power. Congratulations. Hope it works out. I wish them years of wedded bliss. But that's what I ended up getting. My wife's engagement ring is not nearly the size.
You think Ed's first engagement ring came from the same place as yours, though?
I'll bet it did. You know what? There's a 50-50. Birdsalls moved some engagement rings back in the day, man. I mean, there was some businesses that was good to have, and I loved it. I love that. I mean, I miss that because it was like, well, it's the nice gift time. Yeah, if you're just gonna go get anything, yeah, I guess you go to one of the convenience stores or one of the right. But to get something
you trusted
nice,
people. If there was a problem, you knew who to go talk to.
Absolutely. And I hope they're all doing well. They were always good to me. And once though, this is where when you buy something just because you think it's cool and you realize after that wasn't a good thing. So I don't even know how they got it, but I bought my mom for, I don't know if it was Mother's Day or her birthday or Christmas, but I bought her an ivory bracelet. And this was like at the height of all the, do away with ivory and but it was a good price. And I'm thinking, if they outlaw
that could only go up.
If they outlaw this stuff, right? And I don't think my mom ever worried about it or noticed it, but I always thought, like, hey, buying some contraband here.
No, it came straight from a tusk.
All right,
hand carved.
Full circle. Today is Mother's Day. We said this before. Today's Mother's Day. You know what I got my wife for Mother's Day? Oh, some flowers. I got flowers. That's the, and she's, because we're that way. We talked about this before. Bad this way. Like, in fact, the earbuds I have right now, I mistakenly bought a week before Christmas, and she was really mad at me because I said, "Oh man, I need some earbuds." So because I don't think about it. I literally went the week before. There's a second time I used literally. All right. I bought the earbuds, and she was like, "You went out the week before Christmas and bought yourself a present."
That's when I needed them.
That's what I was saying. I said I didn't look at it as a present. I looked at it as a business expense of Dave and Juan Incorporated. And she had already bought me some earbuds and some expensive, like I like the cheap
got the
ones.
noise canceling ones.
No, she had bought me those. Well, my son ended up getting a good deal. He got those. And we're the same way. And so the other day she needed something for work. It was we used to call them a job rocker, but it's these portable speakers. So I said, yeah, I get. So I went buy one. So that's part of a Mother's Day. You start playing that game. What's the next event coming up? Can this be part of the whatever? Because it's not. I mean, I don't want to make this sound wrong, but it's not the amount of money you spend. Don't get me wrong. We don't have money to throw around, but it's the stress for me. I don't like the stress of spending money on something that I'm not sure she's going to like.
Yeah.
I don't like wasting money. You know what I'm saying? If it's something you absolutely love, it's cool. Whatever it costs is cool. But it's when you buy something just for the sake of,
I need something.
So we sort of had that one sort of parked, and I got flowers, and she always just says, if you get me flowers, that's great. Flowers are great for everything. But I stepped it up this time, and I got her another little present. That's what she got for Mother's Day today. You know what she got?
What she got?
A garden hose.
Oh, dude. How long?
75 feet.
Ooh.
Soft, flexible.
That was my next question.
Yes. And the box says performance. It's a performance hose.
Those flexible ones, that's entertaining in itself, to turn the sucker off and just watch it shrivel up.
Oh, no, not that. I don't like that kind.
You don't like that?
No, I mean,
Well, with soft flex and with
it's just those blue, bro, you get them at Sam's. You know I got it at Sam's. Because this is more information than anybody needs, because our front flower beds, which are massive, the hose that's out there is an old, like, industrial kind of hose, and when you pull it out, it destroys stuff, and that was a problem. So I addressed that problem, Juan. Right there.
Dude, it's your problem solver.
And I went attach it. Didn't even make her go attach. I took
Did you
the
roll
old
it
hose
up
out. Yes.
All
So
right.
there you go. That's Mother's Day, 29 and a half years into marriage, bro.
That's great, man. That's great. So this is what I
Garden
did.
hose.
So, like Monday, Riley showed me some picture of a dress from a boutique that her and Joey both like to go to. It was an Instagram picture
Nice,
that she thought, my wife would like. So I said, all right, send me that picture. So I went to work, and I called the boutique, and I asked them, I said, hey, you got this? Here's, I'm looking at it, and I'm trying to describe it. And she said, well, can you send me the picture? I said, you got it. Give me a number. So I said, and if you have it, just text me back, and I'll Venmo you the money. So
Wait. Pause. You didn't ask her how much?
Nah. I buy stuff there, so I knew it wasn't bad.
Dude, you mean Mr.
Well, I didn't have to Venmo the money if it was
Mr. Gated community talking there, man.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Hey, you know what? When I bought the garden hose, I freaking looked at what it cost. I didn't just call Sam's and say, bring me the best garden hose you have. Money is no object, but I'm sorry. Okay. I don't roll like you. You tell her, let me Venmo you the money.
Right. And then, so got it. And I said, I'll pick it up tomorrow. And that was like, on Monday. So I was supposed to pick it up on Tuesday. And Thursday afternoon, I realized I hadn't come and picked it up yet. Or go and pick it up. They didn't care because, I had already paid for it.
I was about to say, okay.
So, so swung by there on Friday and got it. And then, yesterday it was hot over here. So we're standing in the neighborhood pool. So that's what I do. And she said, well, you didn't even give me a present. You never left to go get me a present. Usually on this day, you're going to run errands. Give me a present.
Wait, she was telling you this when?
Yesterday afternoon.
Oh, on the Saturday.
Oh, I got this covered.
On top of this.
Right. I'm just standing here in the pool enjoying my day now.
I don't have to run out in a hurry.
Yeah. I went back to the pool this afternoon. We didn't stay long because, there were families with children there and stuff.
Don't you hate that?
Yeah, I guess, trying to celebrate Mother's Day or something.
Bring
your children home.
I'm a 61-year-old. Are you 61 now? 60, whatever. Year-old guy that wants to stand up to my waist in the pool. Get these snot-nosed kids.
Right. I don't need to be. Then somebody starts playing Marco Polo. I was like, oh, man, I got to go.
Oh, you should have jumped in. You can end the game if you want. Slap you guys around, kids. Marco Polo here, you little. Now, we were yesterday at, so my son's play, the one he's in now is, yesterday was the last public performance, and they got this week just a bunch of schools and stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of cool. So my in-laws were in town, and my wife's sister, and we went down there. And I got to be honest, man, there's nothing I enjoy more than brunch. I like me a brunch. I like me because brunch is sort of cheating. Brunch is when you can have breakfast food and alcohol. That's
like an egg and a beer.
That's an underrated scenario, and you still got a lot of the day ahead of you and some fun stuff. Yeah. Had me a three egg cheese omelet and one or more nice stouts, imperial
All right.
stouts. Yeah, man. Like life is good. Of course, by the time the play was going on, I
Yeah,
was
so
like,
are you.
woo, all right. Well, no, I don't just a little tired. Stay with it. And then had a crawfish bowl last night. Always fun, always good, way too much food. And then today was so Mother's Day, do a barbecue. We kind of swept. We got it's thankfully my in-laws had it. You know, we bring
Mm-hmm.
food, they bring food. Are you guys like? I mean, I don't know how you guys do this, and I guess it's a Cajun thing. We never run out of food because it's always insane.
No, oh God, no. It's
It's insane. It's like you look around and after a
it's
while
like you
it's
got to
like,
buy it when we have something or my family has something. Yeah, one of the things on the list is always the plastic plates and the foil. You got to make sure you got enough plates and foil to send stuff home.
I don't even know if I could list everything that so and because my brother-in-law's he's the best and the worst. When I say the worst, dude, like it's always the same thing. You show up and it's like, okay, who else is coming? And we got 9 people. We can feed 30, 40. Like and then you
You
feel
never know
guilty.
when they might show up, though, man.
And
What happened?
then you feel guilty after a while. It's like you want to try everything. And it's like, wait, what do we got? We got smoked macaroni and cheese. How the heck did you smoke macaroni and cheese? He did. Smoked cheese. You got the hamburgers. And then I said, let's keep it simple, man. Let's just have, let's not go crazy. And so I'm thinking hamburgers and sausage, and we're good. And oh yeah, it's good. I got a couple other things, and there's chicken. There's this. And so, and then my wife, I was teasing her about this. She gets a little annoyed, and because she does and when I say this, she does professional level charcuterie boards. Okay, now I feel a little pretentious. Even
I struggle to say the word.
everybody does. Everybody does. You just say charcuterie. You just say that, and people kind of know what you're talking about. But and
I
she
call it a
does.
cheese tray.
Cheese is the least of it, bro. And I think she did one today that required 2 big. She's even got charcuterie like board like big wooden things to do this stuff. But here's the thing I was teasing about as she prepped it and did everything. I was teasing with everybody else is please come over here and take a picture of this $95 charcuterie. And then after a while I was saying this $110 pound for pound. The most expensive thing at any dinner you go to, if they have one of those, is that charcuterie board.
Well, and my problem with that, and not that we make those, but I would see that stuff sitting there, and then I'd want to pick at it. Yeah,
That's all we do.
We go wherever. But no, I mean before we go,
Oh.
and I'm sure she needs needs it to be in some presentation style when she brings it.
Well, she waited today to get there to do it because she knew it would be either picked at but I am telling you. So, and that's the thing. And I was kidding about that. I said, I mean, pound for pound, it's more expensive than steak because I promise you, I guarantee you, I could get 8 steaks, 9 steaks for $80, $90, right? I promise you that charcuterie board was it. Wait, where's that? Let me try to remember what some of the stuff on here. Yeah, you eating stuff and go, what is this? I mean, I don't mean the kinds of cheese. Of course, the grapes, dates, pineapple, the sugar pineapple. Have you ever had dehydrated cantaloupe?
No.
We did. Yeah, just all kinds of olives and cheeses and meats and various balls of cheese, and it's fantastic. But man, by the time you're full, right? It's
right.
like, and then
Well,
brought
I hate going to a Mexican restaurant because I fill up on the chips before any of the food ever gets there.
Oh yeah, that was Friday night. That's what I was doing Friday night. So I'm bloated. I'm like, man, I'm But
we were supposed to be going to a restaurant for late breakfast or really later than brunch because we got out of church. It's about 12:30. Head on over there thinking, all right, it'll be all right by this point. Hour and a half wait.
Dude, text me next time.
Hmm.
And here's a Dave.
Well, here's
and
the
Juan.
downside of that is I got a little annoyed because my mother-in-law is 40 minutes late for everything, no matter where, and she was meeting us there. So I didn't really worry about it because it's certainly she'll be there. Tell her what time we're getting out of church. She'll be there before we even think about getting out of church. Signing up, and about the time we get there, we'll be getting a table. She was late, first time in her life.
You were expecting her to have signed.
I was expecting her to have the table.
Hey, pro tip: anybody out there? Now, granted, if you live, I don't know what the Bayou situation is like now with restaurants and the situation. So how on Mother's Day, bro? If you ain't got a reservation, and even if you got a reservation, you better be a little patient. If you live in any biggish area like forget it.
Yeah, it's the whole, like, we went to another restaurant. It just took us about 20-minute wait, but it's
You didn't wait the 90 minutes.
Nah, man, I wouldn't wait.
Yeah. We did that one time. We did that one time here with
because it's not a place where you can say, okay, well, can I go sit inside? Can I go sit in the bar? You've been sitting outside in that heat.
We did that at Papa Do's. It's big chain around here. They got Papacitas, Papa Do's, Papa's Barbecue. It's a big, right? And great place. Papa Do's is seafood. And whatever, I don't know who was decided. That's really where we went. And if foolish us on a Sunday after church, we're just going to go over to Papa Do's right there on 59 in Stafford. Surely, right? Surely we're just going to walk into the place and say, we need a table for 10. We waited 90 minutes, bro. We waited. Because that's when you have that internal debate, arguments going on.
Yeah, right. Every place else is going to be the same. Yeah. And that's take me 20 minutes to get someplace else, then I got to wait 90 minutes there, and I'm an hour and a half behind already.
And that's when you just want to say, can we just go to HEB and get some sandwich meat? And, but yeah, we still joke about that every time we're doing something. We always still. So I guess it was a good day because we still reference it. We still say, remember that time? Boy, we were stupid. You remember that? Hanging out outside waiting. Is that our table? No. That's when it's discouraging too. When you're waiting so long and you finally see a big table opening up and you realize, oh, they got two more big groups. That's when you say, but again, I guess it was one of the more memorable Mother's Days.
There you go. Good on you.
Yesterday, I said at the play, and this is not, I don't want to say this. I support all forms of security. I support, man, if you're wearing any kind of blue shirt, if you got security on your security badge on, whether or not you're carrying lethal or a non-lethal crowd deterrence on your hip, your job is, right, to keep the peace.
A secure environment.
And this is, it's an event. It's a few hundred people. It's Midtown. It's an area I like. Houston's a massive city, so there's going to be, like anything, you guys got to be on guard. There's always, you're never too far away You're never too far away from some ne'er-do-wells. Okay, that's what I'm saying. This security guard, and again, let me say, I respect, total respect. So she had some of the longest fake eyelashes on I have seen out.
Right, so in other words, if you could have got her to blink, you had 5 seconds to get away.
I really felt compelled to ask her, how does that not impair vision?
I told you, you mocked me because I've asked girls that if they always have like shade in their eyes.
Okay, I'm sorry for mocking you, Juan, because that hit me yesterday. But you know what? But if you're just chilling, if you're just a cashier, but if you're security,
right?
So, but your job,
right? And if you're not watching this, you can't see. I'm pointing at my eyes. That's really your first defense against the situation. Is visual reference.
Yes, the first part of see something, say something is to see something. And if you've got incredibly long,
right? If you're looking through, what amounts to bars hanging down in front of your eyes.
I'm telling you. Now, And again, far be it from me. We've talked about this many times before, what our generation was like and what our taste is and what we think is. And it's not, I see people all the time, man. They're rocking mullets left and right. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, okay, that there's a group of people that took a vote and decided this is what we're going with. And there you go.
I applaud them. I applaud them all the time.
Same thing with the eyelashes. Hey, all right, knock yourself out. That's but and she was always on her phone. Every time I saw her, she's staring. She's walking around. So I should give a little credit. She was walking the perimeter, but constantly looking down at her phone. So maybe she did have some vision because she apparently could see the phone.
Yeah, she gets a phone. I was in Napoleonville the other day for not even to visit my dad, but so I stopped at the Dairy Inn in Napoleonville to get some of the best chili in the world. And I know the guy who owns that place, and the girl never got off her phone while I was ordering, and she was fixing my order. But she didn't even have it up to her ear. She basically had it on speakerphone, and so she's holding the phone up by her face and talking into the slots on the bottom of the phone. And I swear it was all I could do to not send that guy a note and sarcastically compliment his employee for her ability to multitask.
So she's taking
my order while speaking on the phone and not interrupting her conversation. Yeah.
No. You're the necessary evil
Right.
of her getting a paycheck.
Yeah.
Right.
It didn't take me that long to say 2 chili dogs and a Dr. Pepper.
That sounds pretty good. How was the chili?
Oh, it was great. Very good. Very good. It was worth the annoyance.
Your chili dogs are so good. I'm going to put up with the Bjork that talking on the phone the whole time.
Yeah, I'd go back.
Sure you will. Sure you will.
Definitely will.
So, what you going to do, man? That's employees today, bro.
That's the people today. So, I'm work with some younger people. I mean, people of all ages, but I guess in their early 20s. And I've noticed more and more recently.
Much younger. That's much younger.
Yeah, much younger than me.
Exactly.
And I guess it's a generational thing, but we'll just without hesitation sit at their desk in plain view of anybody and everybody with their phone on their on Netflix and headphones in and just working watching Netflix. And if you're watching online, you'll see a photo of one. And I asked her, I said, can I take a picture of you? I want to talk about this on my podcast. and I said, okay, well, I don't understand how you can do that. And she said, well, I'm just listening. I said, well, then turn the phone down, put your screen down or something. And I guess it's listening. It's like listening to the radio, or I can have a TV on in the background, but I'm not sitting there watching a show.
But even that, y'all, we convince ourselves that because we have a lot of things happening at the same time, that we are multitasking, and we are not. The human brain, the human mind, we do not multitask. We jump from task to task to task. So it may seem that way. So, but you're not. So here's the deal. If your job is you're supposed to be paying attention to something work related, you're supposed to be thinking, right? There's supposed to be some processing going on, or you're supposed to be doing, right? And oh, by the way, if you don't need to be thinking in that job, they don't need your job.
You've just eliminated your job.
Like, get ready. AI is going to, well, we're not going to get to a different subject, but you're being paid to deliver.
Right. I can't, like I told her, I said, I love to listen to podcasts, but I can't listen to podcasts while I work. And she said, why? I said, because I'm going to get distracted by the podcast, and then I'm going to start listening and stop what I'm doing so I can pay attention to that.
I listen to my favorite, the podcast that I do listen to. It's almost always at night as I'm going to bed.
Right.
And it's one of the quickest ways. My wife thinks she doesn't believe me, but it's true. I'll do it with, not these, but like the wire, but in one, depending on what side I'm going to sleep on, I'll put the wire there, Because what happens with me anyway is my mind, if I'm not ready to sleep, my mind goes
Right.
all
You're
over the
trying to
place.
calm your mind down or focus
And
your
I'm
mind.
just thinking. And if I start listening, and you know what? If I'm entertained by what I'm listening to, that's fine. That's great. At least I'm not worried about
Mhm.
crap. And I'll fall asleep.
But the point is
So
the same point that you were making. You're listening to it, and the reason you can fall asleep is because it stops your mind from going in a multitude of directions. Because to listen, you have to pay attention to that.
now, with all due respect, I don't know the establishment that serves the best chili and chili dogs you've ever eaten. I'm not sure in the job description did they
No,
say
she doesn't need. Yeah, she
part of
wouldn't need.
the
Yeah.
yeah, part of the delivery experience that we want to deliver to anybody standing in front of us as we hand them these delicious chili dogs is a little personal interaction, so they know that, man, we
Yeah,
made
you
this.
care. You made that with some love.
We made this with love for you. If that wasn't put in the job description, yeah, that's what you get for 12, 13 an hour, whatever they pay in. Now here's the deal. Did you tip?
Oh no, no. But is that becoming a pain?
Oh, it is the worst.
Dude,
It is.
we went to get a snowball yesterday, and yeah, I usually sit in the car because I don't want to go out in the heat in line away from my snowball, and I'll make Joey go get it. But since it's Mother's Day weekend, I was being a good husband, and I said
There you go.
I'll
I'll
go
go.
get him. Turn that freaking iPad thing around or
You
whatever,
gotta
and
be kidding me. That's
got
when
a
you pick
tip.
cat. I see. That is. Yeah, that's just wrong. I think the Europeans do. I think they're moronic in most things. Recently, the European, Europe back in the day was,
Mm-hmm.
they were top of the world, and most of our great art and everything. It was a wonderful place, but they've been idiots for the past, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 years. But the one thing that they do, that they guys figured out better than we do is the tipping thing. They don't. It's not tipping is not something that is done. The price is the price.
Right.
And that's really, my opinion, how it should be.
And let me
Less,
go back up to say that I am a really good tipper in a restaurant. If I get good
yeah.
service, 20% is the minimum. But
Mhm.
I'm not, you handed me a bag.
Right.
That doesn't justify you getting anything.
You poured me a coffee.
Right.
If you would let me, I'd rather pour it myself.
Yeah.
But I can't. You won't let me back there to do it. And here's the deal too. Myself. I try to be a pretty good tipper on both legally what gets recorded, and sometimes you just
Mm-hmm.
throw cash on the
Right.
side because that's what they get to. But the one that does frustrate me the most is if and those of you that don't drink alcoholic beverages, you don't deal with this. But if you do, right? It's like, hang on now. I ordered 2 beers. And sometimes it's just you just grabbed a bottle and opened it and handed me 2 bottles for me and whatever. I got to tip you on top of that?
Yeah, it's not like you didn't craft this drink.
If it's a you hit me for $7 or $8 a bottle, I
Yeah,
got to pay
yeah.
you
Maybe
$3.
if you brewed it right after I ordered it.
Exactly. If I'd have seen if it had been like Tom Cruise in Cocktail, man, if I had a little shaking and
Right. Little
Jonathan man
show,
there.
you got some hops behind the counter,
But
barley.
you can tell, listen, and that's the thing too. You can tell people that are very good at what they do and smart enough, because this place is one of my favorite places. And I joke about this, that, it's kind of cool. My son's doing these plays in this area, and they got some cool places around that I like. And there's one that's it's called Holman's Draft Hall. Big, nice. You'd love it. It's a big, pretty area. It's a lot of outside stuff covered, a lot of glass. It's a great looking area, fantastic selection, foods, everything about it. I like. And they got a couple, bartenders and bartenders, male and female. So both non-men and non-women. I guess that's how we identify, right? That's how. But you can tell it was good. They remember you, and I was there a couple of weeks ago, and this young lady, I forget how she's taking the order. I said, yeah, well, I'm here with my wife, and we're here to see my son in the
Performer. Yeah.
perform. And she looked at me, she goes, he has hair sort of like you. I'm like, well, yeah, I guess. I mean, he is mine. Part of like just, and then I, told him her name. She said, he's such a gentleman. We love him. I don't know if she was lying or not, bro. But let me tell you something.
You
Her
went
tips
with
went
it.
way up, way up, way up. We were there again this weekend with my in-laws and stuff, and then my son popped in between plays and had lunch with us, and she was just like, "Oh," and I'm like, "She knows how to play the game." That's you know, guys, if you're in the service industry, if you can make somebody feel noticed,
Special. Yeah.
special, appreciated, sky's the limit, man.
Paid
Just
attention to.
right. But so there you go. We're just throwing out.
Yeah.
I just
All kind of life advice. So
I do want to go back to that. I do want to ask the security guard. I'm not sure. I didn't. It's so funny. I was so fascinated with her lashes and the fact that she was stayed on the phone the entire time. I didn't really pay attention if she was wearing. I don't think she was wearing a gun. She might
yeah,
have
she
had.
probably wasn't.
Probably had. Yeah. And then you're going, what are you gonna do? Like seriously, if one of these homeless, drugged up dudes, and hey, I know I'm sounding stereotypical, but come hang out with me in Houston for a little while, and
Yeah.
I'll go show you some homeless, drugged up dudes. And you know what? For the most part, fine. You're good. You're good. It's the ones that are walking around belligerent. They don't quite have the meds right. They're their own personal pharmacist, and they're not quite right, and they're being very, all right. One of those guys comes walking through here. What you gonna do? I mean, without any, right? You might go $120, if that. You got, and I'm not even gonna talk about the nails.
Yeah, I wondered.
Now let me tell you. So listen. It's one of those things. It's like, hey, I get it. You ready? You probably look good. Like when you knock off of here, whatever you got planned next,
You're ready. You're set.
you're ready. You're ready. I'm just saying that if this job entails having to get remotely physical or remotely use some form,
Energetic.
you're just not cut out to do it. I wanted to say, man, when you go to the you have to qualify the gun range. Do you wear those lashes? I mean, like, is that like, can you put on goggles?
How do you put that nail through the trigger?
I don't. These are questions.
I bet she dialed her phone with her knuckle.
And you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. And maybe if something would have happened, she was like a jujitsu. You know what I'm saying?
She could use those nails like talons or something.
She might have been that person saying, "Don't make me take off my lashes. Don't make me," right? Because I am going to stick
nails. The lashes could have been like a Death Star disguised. Maybe there was a Death Star hidden in there.
Rear naked choke on your butt real quick, and we're done. But there you go. Yeah. So. But it was a lovely day. It was a lovely,
good,
lovely day. Local news, and only because I read this a little while ago. I saw it actually first thing this morning. So shout out to the Lafourche Gazette online. So apparently, Edie White won the state baseball
nice
championship. Defeated Vanderbilt as it was. So congrats
to local Bayou teams.
To the Thibodeau and Homer folks that have sons that are playing on those teams. I think is it 2A? I believe. I don't know. I forget what the division.
I think it might be 3A because it depends. Depending on the sport, they can go up and down because they're in the same division for swim as my daughter. So
I will tell you. People. So who wrote this? So this guy, Casey Justclair. Casey, I've met Casey a couple of times. He's good friends with my. I think he's a friend of the folks at Etouffee to Go. He's and he's a busy guy. Anytime I see anything in the Lafourche Gazette, it looks like he's the guy writing it. He's like, I think he's everything. He's the he's the
sports,
editor.
the social.
I'm just reading his tagline. He's the editor. Does a good job. And by the way, shout out. And I am a snob when it comes to certain things, and I'll give the guy credit. He writes well.
Where's the Lafourche Gazette based?
You know what? I think the address now says Raceland.
Okay.
Which is not where I would think, because it used to be in La Rose for the longest time.
I was down to Bayou before, further down.
I think I could be wrong, but I think
one of my main sources of news at KVFG, not KVFG, KBAU.
Man, listen, yes. We all did. Dude, they threw that paper in your yard twice a week. Man, we were all over the Gazette. It didn't matter if it wasn't in the Gazette, right? Man, you can be in the Courier, you can be in the Comet. That's for the Fonchocks and Homer and Thibodeau. Dude, it didn't matter unless it was in the Gazette.
Right, man. We had the Assumption Pioneer, and we had the Pankerville Notes. That was the social section.
So credit to Casey. Let's see. He starts off. He's riding off the ping of the ball. He gets a little floral. He's a little floral at the beginning here. Yeah, it's one of those walkie.
He's a writer.
He's a writer. He stretched his and he knew that this was going to be one of the most read things he writes because everybody
wants to know.
Wants to read, right? So he went on there.
No other high school sports going on, so people are going to zoom in on that.
So the Cardinals beat Vanderbilt 6-2 in your favorite place in the world.
Sulphur.
Sulphur.
Yeah, I know. It's got to be there. And I didn't know about the game, but I know that's where they play all of the those sports.
Shout out to the Comfort Suites in Sulphur.
Right next to hair therapy.
With the
no therapy.
with the showers and botanical gardens in the shower. So yeah, they won the Louisiana's Division II Select.
Okay.
No idea what that means.
I think select means private school.
Ooh la la. Well, there you go. That sounds right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
So congrats to the folks at EDU. And the complaint was, that's what it was. A buddy of mine. I'm just name dropping everybody today. Brent St. Germain's a friend of mine. Used to I think Brent might have been at the campus newspaper when we were there. But he was a writer for various papers for a while, and he was complaining about the little coverage. How I guess Gannett bought the
everything. Yeah, like trash. I think the Courier and the Comet are basically the same.
Yeah, it's and they don't give a squat. They don't cover local stuff. But anyway, so that was his complaints. And I had to even put in a quick shout out. I even did a screen capture and dropped it in the comments saying, "Hey man, Lafourche Gazette had it this morning. Don't sleep on the Lafourche Gazette. We need to start running ads."
Well, I've thought about that.
We need to run ads in the Lafourche Gazette, Juan.
That'd probably be a well-placed, highly successful ad.
That's your demographics, man, right there.
Tell them to send me a rate sheet.
Talking about that, you mentioned, and I don't get these things, so
the ads on Facebook.
We split up duties on the Dave and Juan enterprises
you
here.
Do the technical side, I do the advertising.
And Juan does that stuff. But Juan informed me that apparently whatever ad ran this week generated the most comments.
The most comments we've ever had.
And this is even more than Drew Brees, more than Kim Mulkey, more than all these other
and we're talking about just people commenting on an ad.
Yeah.
Which is not a common thing for people to do. Apparently people don't like Prince Charles, or now King Charles, because that was the photo. Last week we did the podcast the day after the coronation, so that was the little ad photo. The only kind thing, I guess, was somebody said he looked like Archie Manning.
He does. He does. He does look like Archie Manning wearing a crown.
And Trump photos thrown in there with a crown.
Well, we're not fans either, so there you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
We just wanted for the clicks.
It's a free country. It's a free country.
Exactly.
But if you see a picture of something, we talked about it. That's one of our rules. We don't just throw out pictures for no good reason. We actually covered it to some extent. But yeah, I did see the meme or something that said it's Prince Charles with the crown on, and somebody said, "I'm going to tell my kid this was Archie Manning."
One of the things we talk about often is you especially like to give people unsolicited advice. So
I live for it. Live for it.
This week, an old friend of mine, somebody I worked with many years ago, is the new development director of the Zoo Foundation, the Baton Rouge Zoo, which means she raises money for the zoo.
All righty.
So, when you work in marketing and you have friends that work in fundraising, you can always tell they got a new job because they're gonna call you and, hey, can we have lunch? And it's they want some money, and I said, sure, I'll ask for money, whatever. So we're having lunch with her and her new boss, who is also she's relatively new to the area. I think she's been like in the zoo business for many years, but came from like the Carolinas or something.
The zoo business.
Yeah, and so she's telling me about the zoo and everything.
The Baton Rouge Zoo.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
And my thing
don't take this wrong. I didn't know you had a
yeah.
zoo.
Well, look, my wife took her special needs kids there on a field trip the other day, and like 90% of it was closed because it's under construction. But so she's telling me, the other lady is saying, like it's all, everything here like lives in their natural habitat or is close. Cause I said, like, where do you get animals? Are they born at the zoo? Do you just, you just buy them? Like, did you get from Tiger King? What's up with all that?
Amazon.
Yeah. And, he said, well, most of them are either born here or we get them from another zoo or blah, 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 blah. And a lot of them are real, endangered species. And so we, put them in as close to near, habitat as possible, or natural habitat. I said, well, so do other ones, like, in the wild, one animal will eat another one. Do y'all have any of that going on? And because you talked about the eagles, I said, like, can I watch an eagle fly down in a lake and catch a fish?
Yeah.
And I said, what about, do you have like crocodiles in the pond by the zebras? And oh no, and like was freaking out that I was saying that, and kept trying to just refocus the conversation. And when I see you doing that, I'm
yeah, exactly. I'm about to say, oh, you're doing it with the wrong. You're doing it with the wrong guy.
I'm staying the course.
Oh.
And I told my friend, I said, look, she doesn't know me. She's trying to change the subject.
She doesn't know me.
And I said, well, look, this is a fundraising conversation. I got a great idea where I think you could raise a lot of money. I said, consider your demographic, consider the market. I said, why don't you allow people to come in on special events and you charge them a premium fee to watch stuff like that? And she said, what do you mean? I said, like, throw a crocodile in there with the zebra. People would I said, this is South Louisiana. People would pay to see that. Yeah, that's some exciting stuff. That to me is a whole lot better than just watching them stand there.
Well, the only thing wrong with that plan is you don't throw in a zebra because zebras are more rare. Throw in like a deer.
Well, whatever. Yeah,
exactly. Let's see some action.
Exactly. Natural habitat. That's what I want to see.
Man,
see some killing.
Let's see some killing. I was going to think you'd say, like, just let us come and like fish the ponds,
No.
Catch and release with the piranhas.
Catch and release. Or just let it catch an animal and then, tranquilize. You don't have to, let it kill it.
So don't get me wrong, because I grew up, my kids, we joked about this several podcasts ago. I got a brick. It's outside of my house right now with my son's name on it. We bought a brick at the Houston Zoo. We used to love the zoo. Haven't been there in forever. And we, because everybody loves zoos. There's the zoos. We'll go see some animals. But when you step back and think about it, zoos are cruel, man. They just are. Like, these animals they're in prison. They're
right.
flat out. They're just, we can say all we want about, oh, it's natural habitat. Really? Because an elephant in the natural habitat will cover miles.
Yeah.
Lions, all these animals will cover miles. Just because you put a few trees and a pretty
got some dirt in a tree that doesn't grow in South Louisiana.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, these elephants are sitting on a full acre. Really? Like, they would strip clear that in an afternoon in there. So it is.
Because, out in the wild, they bring that bale of hay in there for the elephants. And
what drives them crazy, what drives so many environmentalists, which I don't think even people that claim they're that even know what it is, but the things that actually raise the most money to support, endangered species and are hunters.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear that, man. They don't want to hear, because I got news, especially in these countries that, where you go, whatever, lions and these
safaris and stuff.
It's because these folks pay big money and it's controlled. And that's what phones, because otherwise,
Yeah, that's getting a whole lot of money in those economies that's not otherwise coming there.
they're eating all the stuff. They're that's or they're poaching. That's just
Right.
what. But yeah, nobody wants to. Like I said, this has been a good week. We didn't start off this way. We said it's been a good week for those of you out there that haven't been paying attention to anything. You picked a great week not to pay attention to anything. Oh my gosh. Ignorance is bliss. Stay blissful this week, y'all. We got some ridiculousness going on right now. And you want to make some money? I tell you what, how do we maybe like kind of protect the border? Let's just set up a zoo all along the way. Just all
Wait,
along.
I thought the border was closed.
Oh, yeah, it's airtight. Airtight. See the pictures of the people that are coming over and they're giving them phones?
Yeah.
Our government is literally giving phones.
Oh, damn, that's so they can know to call when they've got their case being brought out, or to log on to the government-sponsored app to apply.
Man. So yeah, it's just some coming soon to an apartment complex near you. No, it is. I'm telling you.
Yeah, if you want to invest in a business, get yourself a little check cashing business in a strip mall. If you don't have a couple of them in your town,
they're going to blow up. And anywhere you drive by and you see apartments coming up and all these other things, I promise you, you're not going to hear about it, but there's going to be some federal funds renting out blocks of whatever. And hey, mi casa es su casa. That's
somewhere in New York, like I think a high-end hotel that somebody had 30 rooms rented for a wedding and their guests. And they got notified that they're getting bumped.
Oh, dude, I'm hearing stories, not just hearing stories from people around, especially New York. Some of these quote unquote high-end hotels that have just been like overrun now. That's because they're putting people in there. They are barbecuing in the rooms. They are setting fires and grilling.
Room. They didn't say barbecue.
And grilling in the room. So, hey, you get part of you wants to say, oh, you get what you vote for, but I didn't vote for any
probably grilling some steaks paid for by us.
There you go. Welcome. You're welcome. Just like that's right. They just need to put the Dave and Juan intro in there. Hey, America. And
you're welcome.
And visiting Americans, you're welcome. But there you go. You know what? Dude, on Mother's Day,
right, from how do you say the board word? Charcuterie. See, I say the syllables backwards. Charcuterie board.
Charcuterie.
To what not to do when your home is foreclosed on you.
My wife's $135 charcuterie board. I'll be eating that for the next 3 days. Even we got home with all the stuff we came home with. I just told us that please don't. I'm asking you, please don't cook anything. We got to go through this. Like, I'll feel annoyed of all these expensive little cheeses and whatever. So, bro, I'm going to be snacking on appetizers for the next 3 days to sustain myself. But you know what?
Thing.
That's it. That's what we're going to be doing. But anyway, started doing this. Let's push the button. Get on out of here. Yo, you want to reach us? It ain't hard. One way is Dave and Juan at protonmail.com. And then
another way is wherever you are right here. There's a button on there that says comment, message, whatever. If you don't like the whatever thumbnail picture that we put up this week, let us know. Or don't be Dave and Juan phobic and like it.
Yes. Yeah, Dave and Juan phobic. Stop that. There's a cure. Actually pay attention to us, y'all. Pay attention. I might even break these back out for you. There you go, man. There you go. I don't know.
For those of you not viewing on video, they broke out those mid-'80s glasses again.
Man, look, I'm telling you, these are coming back. I might put these in my car,
man. It's a good look.
I might put these in my car. I might. Hey, Sugarland, Texas, keep an eye out, bro. Chill, Dave, Drip Dave, maybe coming down the street near you pretty soon. Hey, every week, y'all. We don't suggest. We don't hint.
No, not even.
Nothing's being subtly implied. Yo,
It's a freaking mandate, bro. It's like,
mandate.
that's stronger than an executive order.
As Rocky once said, go for it. Go for it. Have the best week of your life, y'all. Starts with a great hour. Try to get it going with a great
We just
hour.
gave it to you.
There you go. You're welcome. You're welcome. And yeah, build to a day, get to a week. You're gonna have some good times, some bad times.
Do like that. And
Get
if
up.
you're fairly new to the show, if you're not 114 or however many weeks in, you need a couple extra good hours. Do like Dave's friend. Go back to episode 42.
25. 25. You find gems like this in episode 25. Let me tell you something, man. They got stuff all over there. But anyway, yeah. So there you go. The buffet. It's not only this week's buffet. You can forward and reverse.
Dude, it's yeah.
Right.
We got enough buffet to solve the food, the hunger
Go to
problem
the page. Hey,
in the world.
Teachers out there that are trying to find something to do with your kids because you're in testing now and you're done with the STAR test here in Texas and all you do, you're just killing time with the kids. You're just trying to keep them from getting hurt until you can put them on the bus and send them home. Pop in an episode of Dave and Juan.
Right. Well, how about this? Forget that summertime reading assignment. This is as educational as any book you're going to give a kid to read in the summer.
More so. All I'm saying. So there you go. It's out there for you. All right, y'all. What do you say we get together next week? Let's
be good. Monday.
We'll take another shot. Monday-ish or so. We'll get back together again. Until then, everybody have a fantastic one. Love you, bro.
Back at you, dude. So Riley was invited to a friend of hers, somebody, young man on her swim team, had a violin recital today.
Ooh la la.
At the library.
Okay.
I said I'd like to go, but I'm not going to the library. It's just, doesn't make sense to me. But his parents are from Poland. Kid made a 35 on his ACT. Made 36s and everything except math. But anyway, so I said, I tell you what, tell him that if he plays Orange Blossom Special by Roy Clark, I'll go. What? And I said, so I pulled it up on my phone. I said, look, man, that's some good violin music. No, I said fiddle. He doesn't play a fiddle. He plays a violin. I said, same thing.
So
then I said, okay, if he can't play that, they probably don't have The Devil Went Down to Georgia in Poland, but tell him to check that out.